There is a magical operation of maximum importance. The initiation of a new aeon. When it becomes necessary to utter a word, the whole planet must be bathed in blood.
Call your dogs! They can feast on your corpses!
For fulfilling the circle, Malak of the Sarafan, you are hereby damned. The pleasures of the flesh are no longer yours. You have but one purpose, damned warrior. You will serve us for eternity.
When you look at how far the Legacy of Kain series has come, it's very hard to picture Blood Omen as the starting point, a multi-million-dollar franchise that has fallen on hard times in recent years. Blood Omen Legacy of Kain is a starting point of the series' anti-hero, Kain, and who we take control of. He is a nobleman who makes the mistake of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. After being kicked out of an inn, he is attacked by bandits looking to rob him. You can try and run or fight, but inevitably their numbers are too much and they will kill you. It's an excellent introduction as you have no idea what to do, only that you should fight back. You might kill a few of the bandits, but they will eventually get you. It's shocking as the sword is driven into your body, killing you. Then you wake up in hell where Mortanius, the necromancer, offers Kain a chance for revenge, something he takes unaware of the price. Kain then awakes in his crypt as a vampire.
They, victors, suffering to the conquered. Ironic that now I was the one suffering. Not anything as pedestrian as physical pain, rather the cruel jab of impotent anger. The hunger for revenge. I didn't care if I was in heaven or hell. All I wanted was to kill my assassins. Sometimes you get what you wish for. The necromancer Mortanius offered me a chance for vengeance, and like a fool, I jumped at his offer without considering the cost. Nothing is free, not even revenge.
You will have the blood you hunger for.
This is where the story really gets started. The land of Nosgoth is kept together by the mystical pillars of Nosgoth, 9 in total, protected by a human guardian. These guys make up the Circle of 9 and were created by the Sarafan, an order whose mission is to eradicate the vampire race. The Seraphim no longer exist, and the remaining vampires have gone into hiding. Instead, humanity is trying to kill each other now in an all-out war between two rival factions. Nosgoth is tearing itself apart. The Guardian of Balance, Ariel, is killed. Her lover, Nuprapta, who is also one of the Pillar Guardians, goes insane. He taints his fellow Guardians, infecting the Pillars and beginning the end once and for all. If the Pillars fall, Nosgoth is doomed. All of this takes place before Kain awakes in his crypt with vengeance on his mind. He's been dead a while and Nosgoth's doom is on the horizon. Not that Kain cares. Kain's quest is initially about getting revenge on the men that killed him outside the inn, but after gaining his revenge, Mortanius tells him that the men were just the instruments of his death and not the source. For that he must seek out the Pillars of Nosgoth. There he meets the spectral figure of Ariel, who tells him that the only way he can find peace is to kill the Circle of Nine to restore the Pillars and the land.
Their sneering faces were forever etched upon my memory. I had crossed death for this moment. My mind was empty save for one thought. I would kill. There is no greater relief than that from vengeance sated. With my assassins dead, my quest was over.
Nupraptor, your madness has shattered our dreams and blinded you.
Keep your distance, or I'll send you back to hell, spirit!
There is nothing left of me to fear, vampire. I'm only a shadow of my former self, Ariel, the balance of the Circle of Nine. Even so, I can provide the answers you seek.
I seek only a cure.
There is no cure for death, only release. You must destroy the sorcery that is now poisoning Nosgoth. Only then will you realize peace. The 9 of the Protectors of Hope were sworn to use their powers to preserve our world. Now these pillars have been corrupted by a traitor. My murder at the hands of this beast drove my love Nupraptor mad. Now he spreads misery and pain among the Circle, crumbling the very foundation of Nosgoth. You must restore balance. You must right the Pillars of Nosgoth.
I care not for the fate of this world.
Then for yourself, Kain. Beware the unspoken.
As Kain, the player must explore all corners of the hostile land, visit dangerous dungeons and plague-ridden towns to find the Circle of Nine and end their lives. As the game progresses, Kain accepts what he is and sees it as more of a blessing than a curse. He even starts to enjoy being a vampire. To help him on his quest, Kain can pick up lots of items and weapons as well as learning new abilities. These abilities will help Kain access previously unreachable areas and locked out locations. There is nothing linear about this game. Provided you have the tools, you can go almost anywhere. Fast travel is initiated by transforming into a bat, which includes a nifty little cutscene. Kain can also transform into a wolf with fast movement and jumping. He can become a cloud of mist, which helps him reaching impassable areas. And even cooler, Kain can become a human, which allows him to go unnoticed amongst other humans, allowing you to interact and talk to them. Kain's health drains slowly over time and when he takes damage, but can be refilled by drinking the blood of enemies or NPCs. Strike an opponent a number of times to daze them, and from there you can drink their blood with a press of a button. Several people can be drank from at once, and the sight of the blood flowing towards Kain while a sucking, slurping noise is heard is so cool.
Please, help me right now!
As Kain learns magic, he also gains a magic meter that drains upon use. The spells serve a number of functions, such as attacking or switch hitting, but the real fun comes from the weapon side of Blood Omen. Kain can use a number of weapons such as swords or axes, but the real bad boy is the Soul Reaver, and once you get your hands on that, it's the most powerful weapon in the game.
Time fades even legend, and the origin of Soul Reaver has been lost long ago. But its purpose remains, to feed on the souls of any creature it strikes. Kindred, this blade and I.
It is a devastating weapon, but it does use magic, resulting in its effectiveness dropping. Later in the game, you unlock some great abilities as well as finding cool magical tarot cards. These cards offer unique spells that kill in impressive fashion, with bodies exploding into bits, some melting into green puddles, and a personal favourite, the skin being ripped off, leaving a bloody skeleton. Perhaps the most effective, though, isn't a tarot card but a spell itself that sees you sucking the blood of everyone within your vicinity by the press of a button. This can not only regenerate your health, but often unlock new areas. It just makes it easier to get to the enemies beyond locations. One of the best things about Blood Omen is the attention to detail. Go into the brothels and there is erotic art on the wall. The plague victims clearly seem to have a form of the Black Death. Murder anyone in their beds, drink their blood, and watch them fade away, leaving a darkened hollow on their pillows. Depressing, but so very well done. Blood Omen does a lot of things right, especially for those who consider perseverance in gaming is important, because this game is not an easy run. But it also takes a few missteps. Mainly the loading screens, the one that nobody is happy about. Every entry into a building, cave, dungeon, and often just other rooms gives you a loading screen that seems to drag on. In some of the bigger cities, you're surrounded by accessible houses, but you won't want to go in any, purely because of the loading. It is frustrating, as there are plenty of games that came out around the same time that were nowhere as bad. Even looking at your equipment page brings up a loading screen, but thankfully there are a few quick button options to avoid having to do that over and over again. Some areas of the game can be extremely frustrating to navigate, as it just isn't clear where you need to go. It is easy to get stuck in dungeons because you fail to see a small switch in the wall that could be pushed. In larger, more open areas, there is no clear direction to go, and a map, while useful, could have used some work. These issues, while annoying, don't really detract from the experience though. Blood Omen Legacy of Kain is filled with fun and interesting things to do. The story is rich and has a history that you want to learn more about. Nosgoth feels like a fully formed world, and as a vampire you feel as powerful as they can be, but aware of your own weaknesses. This is what started the franchise off, and it's often the forgotten gem of the series. By today's standards it is far too dated. But if you can look past the visuals and loading screens, you'll find a game filled with hidden depths. The story, voice acting, and general style of the game is infinitely appealing for those who like the darker side of life.